Yes, people, waffled on in the building, and it's a 5 guns Sunday as you know it to be. Results just coming in right now. Thick and fast. Palace look like they're going to lose. First game of the season to Everton. They're currently trailing 2-1. Oh, is their last chance? Is Eddie going to be the saviour? I'm not too sure about that. But in other news, let's just check the results quickly for the other teams. Today, I'll be honest with you, football's been absolutely in the mud today. It's just boring games. Not really interested in none of the games today. Villa 2, Burnley 1, Everton 2, Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle 2, Forest 0. That's another loss for Ange. I don't know how long Ange is gonna last at this team, you know. Not in the Forest, but yeah, it's like 1-1. Oh, full-time 1-1. Brighton got a draw, and then the 4:30 kickoff is going to be Brentford versus Brighton. But anyway, on to the main stuff that you know what we usually get on with, people. And yes, we need to talk about our club, Arsenal FC. So where do we start? Let's start with the game yesterday. I already covered a lot of the game on my fan cam, but I'm going to do some ratings today, and we're going to talk about the Odegaard injury as well, and possibly Rice injury as well. So let's start with the game anyway. Arsenal versus West Ham yesterday. Before the game, there was a lot of trepidation in terms of what type of game this will be. We knew that West Ham were going to be a team that are going to be compact. They're going to be tight at the back, you know, fighting in midfield. And lo and behold, they were like that. They were very hard to break down, I would say, in the first half. You know, they were very physical, very tall players, central defenders. Kilman was heading everything. Every ball that we crossed in the first half, Kilman was just heading everything out. You know, it's difficult. But in the first few minutes, the ball kind of like, there was a shot from Eze. Sorry, not from Eze. There was, who shot it? Was it Saka? I think Saka shot. Was it Saka that shot it? I can't remember who shot it. Was it Rice that shot or Saka? I can't remember. You guys can tell me anyway. It was shot in the first half, and the keeper saved it, and the ball's come out, and 6 yards out, you know, Eze shoots and just over the bar. I don't know how he missed that, to be honest. And looking at his stats so far this season, he's had 17 shots with no goals in the Premier League. Is it concerning right at the moment? No, because we're winning games. But it just goes to show that he does take shots, and that's what I like about Eze as well, because he is taking shots in the game as well. So big up to him. We just need to see him score now in the Premier League now, because he's not scored yet in the Premier League, I believe. He's only scored against Port Vale in the cup. So yeah, that one over the bar, and I thought, oh, here we go now. This is going to be long now. We're not going to score. it's going to be a difficult game. They're going to make it tough for us, which they did actually, indeed. And then, you know, Saka was trying to. Saka didn't have one of his best games. Let's be real. I don't think Saka was brilliant yesterday. Is he still trying to find fitness? Big question mark. But I don't think the whole team played very well yesterday. If anyone I thought was a standouts would possibly be Rice and Justin. I always call him Justin Timberlake. Jury and Timber. I thought those two, you know, stood out in defense and midfield. Of course, Saka was quiet. Trossard, he was just, I don't know what Trossard was doing yesterday. He was trying to go from the left into the 10 position. He was just taking up players' positions. Odegaard, I thought Odegaard was going to cook yesterday, but once again, you know, he gets into the physical battle. Once Odegaard gets really like a hard tackle, it's kind of over for him in the game. He kind of falls into his shell. And as a captain, if we want to get over the line, we kind of need a bit more than that. We kind of need a bit more than that, instead of just you get a kick and then you're just like, you know what I mean? That's it. There was a couple of tackles on him, you know, early doors in the game, you know what I'm saying? He got up after it and, you know what I mean? He started doing his thing, trying to do his thing, get into the game. But there was a time where I can't remember who was it, Diouf, that was running past him, and he went to make a tackle. But what he's done, if I can do my arm, and this is my knee, it's kind of straight, and it's kind of, and you know them African players, yeah, they're kind of solid, yeah. So he's kind of his knee and that is just on the guy's leg, like straight. So he's gone down, and I'm like screaming on the watch along. Watch my watch along again. I'm saying, take this brother off, yeah. Take him off. I'm gonna put the StreamYard link in the channel today, because we got a lot to talk about today, people. We got a lot to talk about today. If you want to join, I'm gonna pin it on the top there. Anyone can join the chat if they're interested. Don't be shy. You don't have to have your camera on. Just as long as, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you're coming on and you're respectful. You're not swearing or none of that business, because I don't do none of that. But anyway, I'm just gonna go on about the game, and then I'm gonna talk about ratings. As I said before, we're gonna get into the injuries, and yeah, we're gonna do that. But let me just pin the chat for all of the people that's in the building as well. Big up to Twisted for Fate. Waffle just, what does he say? Waffle, Everton just beat Palace. Yeah, Liverpool are buried now. Yep, I saw that, and that's a good thing for us, yeah, because Everton, Palace losing for me is a good result, because they're human now, yeah. And when they come to when we beat them, yeah, they're gonna be back to being Palace, right? The Palace that we know that win games, lose games. So yeah, we just have to just normalize the beating for them. Yeah, and I don't business. I like Palace, but you know what I'm saying, we've got to have to show them, man, how it's done. Are you mad? Are you mad? Oh, okay. Sunday. What's the date today? It's the 5th. Sorry, man. I just saw a game on and I thought, did I miss that? The Premier League games today look whack. I'm telling you, people. 4:30 kickoff for Brentford versus City. I don't like watching City. You can tell that to the cows come home. I just don't like watching City. I think they're a boring team to watch. Pep just brought in boring football, man, to the Premier League, and I'm just not here for it at all. Yes, he brought them success, but I'm not here for it. But I digress, and we're going off topic. This is about Arsenal right now, and this is the 5 guns. This is where we let off the gunshots on the 5 guns, people. Everton only had 1 loss, 22 against Palace, by the way. Oh, right, okay. Okay, okay. I hear it. So, where was I? So yeah, the Odegaard injury. We're gonna get back onto. We'll speak about all of that anyway. In terms of the game, though, and this is all from memory as I can remember. So yeah, as a easy chance, should have put the ball away. Should have been 1-0 early doors, and we should have been cruising. But he's hit over the bar, and it's like, oh no. I can't remember West Ham having much chances against us in that half. We defended pretty good. Bowen didn't get no change. Diouf didn't get nowhere really. And it was all us in the first half. Starting lineup was Rhea, back four of Timber, Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel, midfield, Rice, Odegaard, and Eze or Eza. And up top we had Trossard, Gyökeres, and Saka to start. So the lineup looked pretty deadly, to be honest, yeah. But there's something missing in this attack, and I don't know what it is, but I kind of know what it is, but it's my twist on what I see it as. I just don't think the wingers that we have, they're not natural wingers. I don't see Saka as a natural winger. Yeah, you must be shocked now. He's been playing wing for ages, but he's a very selfish type player. Saka is. Saka wants to score every time he gets the ball. He might try to cross it in, but if he's got a chance to score, he's gonna go and score. He did try to put in the ball a few times, but this is another problem that I have with our play, is that we were crossing to the land of the giants yesterday. We were crossing to like guys that were like 10 foot tall. Kilman and Mavropanos were eating up them headers, bro. They were like trees. Do you understand? Do you know how there's some big trees out there, and it's just like, boy, look at the size of that tree, man. Do you know what I mean? I can't kick a football over that. That's what it felt like yesterday. It just felt like the same thing. Trying to find Gyökeres is like, where's Wally at the moment? Because Gyökeres, the ball doesn't go to him when we cross the ball. It goes to everyone else except Gyökeres. There was that one chance where I think he did head it and it went wide. Gary, if you want to join, the links pinned to the channel, yeah? There was that chance where he headed the ball and the ball went slightly wide, but it was here and there. You know, it wasn't even close. But that first half, it kind of like, it wasn't the same first half at Newcastle where we kind of like, we were taking, I think, how many shots did we have yesterday? I can't even remember. Let's see how many shots we had totally, because the last game we had so many shots in that first half. Wow, we had 21 shots yesterday. 21 shots. 5 shots on target. 21 shots. Can you imagine that? We had 21 shots, so the shots are going up. 21 shots. Here's the stats, people. Here's the stats. Let me share the stats with you guys. There you go. There you go. 21 shots. 5 shots on target. That's quite meaty, to be honest, yeah. But double the rate of passing, 87% pass accuracy. A lot of fouls between both teams, though. 14 fouls, a lot of fouls. But we didn't get any cards. No bookings. Really good to get through that. But anyway, let me just minimize my screen again. I don't know what's happened there. Back to the 5 guns. You've got to see the 5 guns in that, man. So yeah, you know, Timber was doing his thing as per usual. You know, we thought, well, I should say BBK, he thought Diouf was going to be a threat yesterday. It was hardly any threat yesterday. Good player, but yesterday weren't his game. I felt that Nuno was set up not to lose, and just to be cautious. But we got our goal. I can't remember what minute the goal was. Absolutely terrible, but it came again from a similar situation. This time, I think it was Eze that shot. Was it, or was it Saka that shot? I can't even remember, man. I can't remember. Someone enlighten me. Who shot? Who shot? Shot. I think the keeper saved it. The ball's come out, and Declan Rice has just placed it into the roof of the net, and it's 1-0. No celebration, but we're happy we scored the goal. 1-0. And as I said yesterday, weren't the best of games, bro. I listen, second half, I haven't even got to the second half yet, but the second half was mid. Shout to Gary in the building, man. Twisted for Fate said, but yeah, about Arsenal, big yourself up. I can't believe in saying this, but I pray you win the league. I can't have Liverpool 21. So you must be a Man United fan, my brother. But yeah, thank you, man. There's a long way to go, man. People saying we're gonna win the league and all that, yeah, just allow it. Yeah, not around here, partner. Not around here. Long way to go. Big up to Gary in the building as well. Make sure you go and subscribe to DWTT as always. Godfrey, big up to yourself, my brother. Hope you're well, my guy. Smash the likes and subscribe. I ain't even said that yet, but I have said it now because Godfrey's put that there. It was such a flat performance, brother. Second half now, yeah. I'm telling you, if you ask Caps, yeah, Caps could hear the frustration in my voice. Fernie, he's a Leeds fan as well. He was with me as well. You can hear the frustration in my voice. Even though we were 1-0 up, I was so frustrated with the second half because I just felt we were the better team, but we just weren't creating chances for the big boy Gyökeres up top. Gyökeres does a lot of running and a lot of, rugby tackling and UFC. He's even he's quite a good boxer as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we just don't create chances for him. The one chance that was created for him, yeah. Who crossed it now? Was it Trossard? Trossard into the box. He was inches away from finishing, and I would have been so happy to see him score, but he missed it. He missed it. I was just like, this guy's not scoring today. This guy's not scoring today. But yeah, that second half, I'm happy to forget that second half. We tried to probe, we tried to, create more chances, but, West Ham, they came out in the second half, they tried to attack us more. It was just one of those scrappy start and stop second halves. Every minute the ball's going out of play. Every minute there's stop and starting, and it was just really just like, I'll tell you that second half, yeah. Listen, I not want to watch that replay again. I don't even do the replay things, people, no more, bro. I can't do the replay thing. Yeah, listen. I'm coming to you guys, yeah, and I'm just talking how it was because. I'm not. Listen, I can't even remember the time we scored the second goal, but I know the second goal was a great. Zubimendi has come onto the pitch, and he actually looked quite good yesterday. Actually, when he came on, Rice industrious as well, very good as well. I thought Rice worked really hard yesterday. Put a lovely ball. Just a nice chip ball over to Timber, and Timber's kind of like controlled the ball, but he's turned. Listen, if you play ball, yeah, if you're a baller in that respect, yeah, the way he controlled the ball and he turned and he started to run into the box, But what's happened is Diouf is kind of fouled him, but the fouls continued into the box. Now, people might say it's not a penalty, and it was just outside the box, but you have to look at it a few times to understand that it was a penalty. And I'm not being biased, it just looked like a penalty because it looked like it continued, and then he got dropped in the box. So, you know, penalty to Arsenal. Now, we're quite decent with penalties, I would like to think. So, you know, Saka had the ball in his hand, and I thought they were going to do the, you know what, let's pass it to Gyökeres. No, and all that. But no. Saka stepped up, scored the second goal, 2-0 to the Arse. And then, you know, game was literally done after that. Saka was terrible yesterday. Let's be real, you know, but apparently yesterday it was his 200th game and his 100th goal contribution yesterday as well. Tell me if that's impressive or not, because I don't know. Comparing him to other wingers, maybe it is. Maybe I'm being ignorant, but I don't know if that is. If that's what is it? 55 goals in 200 games and 100 goal contributions. This is all from memory, people. Yeah, I get mad brain fog at times. So yeah, he's converted the penalty. Very good penalty as well. Keeper dives the wrong way. Beautiful goal. Now, people might be saying, "Oh, why didn't Gyökeres take the penalty?" I'm sure this must have been discussed before the game. Yeah, I'm the captain. I won't be taking a penalty. It's my 200th game. You know, if I get a penalty, I'm going to score. We could have done the pity party for Gyökeres and given him the penalty, but you need to earn your stripes in this team, bro. Yeah, you need to earn your stripes. I don't think Gyökeres is one of those pity party guys. I just think that Gyökeres wants to do it, and he wants to do it his way. And I just think that was good. BBK's in the building already. Let me see. I'm praying, not saying you will. Let's just go through the comments. They're ignoring his movement as well. At this moment in time, Sesko would have been better fit. Nothing against Gyökeres, but the way I see Arteta playing suits Sesko more with his hold-up play. We need to show that we can go to a next gear, the gear that will be necessary to beat Bayern and Atletico. Yeah, do you know what? We're not even at those games yet, so I'm not even worrying about those games at the moment. But yeah, it's a good thing to think about. But Fulham's next after the international break. I'm just worried now. I'm worried about injuries now, but we're going to get onto that in a moment. Yeah, big up to Gary's in his car. Twisted has really good link-up players we see in the Brentford game as well. True, Godfrey. Who cares? I think you're harsh on Saka's performance. He made Diouf, who I was worried about, have a bad game. Did Diouf actually have a bad game though? Do you know what, bro, man? I don't know about that. I hear what you're saying, but I didn't think Saka was that great yesterday. I'm being real. I don't think he done enough. You can put it down to him not being 100% fit, but me and Caps are saying the guy looked mid yesterday, bro. He didn't do much. Had a couple of shots, but I don't think he really done much. West Ham weren't great yesterday either, you know, and I don't think Diouf got forward that much. Obviously, you've got Timber on that side as well, so do you know what I mean? If Saka's not great defensively, but you've got Timber. But I don't think going forward, Saka was great yesterday. I just felt that he was too predictable on the ball. He was just too predictable. It was just like, I'm not going to take on my man. I'm just going to cut back, pass it back. It looked to me that he wasn't on it yesterday against Diouf, but that's what it looked like to me. But big up, man. Big up to BBK, Godfrey in the building. Diouf is a silent baller. Yeah, he is, definitely. I don't think Saka even twisted up Diouf. No. weren't them kind of things, man. But Trossard for me as well, man. That guy as well. I'm gonna do some ratings anyway. I'm gonna do some ratings. People, if you want to join, second time, I don't ask more than twice. If you want to join, the link's pinned to the chat. If not, then I'm going to talk my rubbish and you're just going to have to talk your thing in the chat. Saka should be played on the left wing. It's where he should be. It would have been nice to see him like glide over to the left as well. Maybe yesterday as well, because he did. This is the thing about this team as well. Yeah, it's just like, do you have to stay on that side? Your wingers, yeah, your wingers. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Our play is just so rigid at times. It's just it's just really like, I know people in the chat here might be like, but we won the game. My disclaimer, right, is I'm happy with the result, but the performance was not great. Now, I'll have 31 games of those results, by the way. Yeah, we've got 31 games to go. I'll have 31 more of those, but I will criticize our performances. But if we win the Premier League, I'm happy with that. But doing watch-alongs and watching these games, yeah, it is very painful considering that we're playing at home. But we got the result, so I suppose everyone is happy with that. But it was a performance that was average, as my boy AFC always in the building is saying as well. So anyway, I'm going to do some quick ratings. Then we're going to go on to the Odegaards and Declan Rice injuries. Then we're going to look at the presser, what this manager spoke about in the presser as well. And then, do you know what? Yeah, we call it a day and we call it whatever. I know Brentford are playing City now, but I don't give a damn about Man City right now. I will give a damn if they win, but I don't give a damn about watching their game. I can't stand Man City. Nketiah and Havertz are back this month. Not really see much of Nketiah either, so we don't know what he's bringing to the table. I heard he's very good. I heard he's very, very physical and stuff like that. The thing is with Nketiah, yeah, I need to see what his temperament's like in the Premier League, because it's very easy to like be the rough guy, yeah, but you know what, to be too rough. So be interesting to see how he is in terms of like the way he is in it with other players. You know, can he take other players winding him up, etc., etc. I don't expect all of you to agree with me, because this is my opinions in it. So I don't expect everyone to agree with me, but it's 5 guns, and we cop the 9 out. You understand? I plead the 5th on Trossard. I'll get fined if I say what I'm thinking, brother. You can say what you want to say, as long as you're not denigrating racism or anyone, colors or anything like that. You can say whatever you need to say on here, people, but just keep it nice, innit? Odegaard sustained. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. Brave, checking out, brother. I'm only gonna be looking at the transcript, bro. I don't watch the brother. Yeah, I don't watch him. Big up to Wahaha in the building. Hey, big up to my brethren, Geordie Dread TV. Listen, I'll be thinking about you, brother. Not in that way, but I've been thinking about you, man. Do you know what I mean? Need to have a chat one of these days, man. Hope you're well, family, and all of them things there. Stay tuned. Newcastle got a good result today as well. 2-0. Good victory today. Did my boy, but I have to check my fantasy Premier League. I hope Watermaid scored, yeah? Did Watermaid score? Yes! Look at me cheering like man's, you know what I mean? Like man supports the Geordies, like Watermaid. What am I calling Watermaid for? Voltamaid in the fantasy team, yeah? Captain as well. Hey, I'm sure he's got as many goals as Gyökeres this season already. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, people. Yeah, we have been cussing man like Geordie Dread. I know this is second victory of the season. We've been cussing these man. but they brought in a striker. They brought in a man that can head the ball. He's got a little tech on him as well. And he sure knows where the goal is. He ain't struggling to score goals. He scored a beautiful goal in the Champions League against USG. Beautiful goal. You know, the little shot from Tonali and the little kind of in-off. Wicked goal. 10 people in here, people. Yeah, let's get the likes up, man. Want to get up to 20 likes today, like my boy BBK Sports. Big up to BBK Sports, my partner in crime every time. We're going to have words though, BBK, because you see, I told you Chelsea were going to win, yeah? I told you Chelsea were going to beat these Plums. I got the Man United game wrong. Yeah, I got it totally wrong. But you know what? It happens. It happens. You know, just like the Bournemouth game, I think it was a 0-0 thing. You know what I mean? It happens. It happens. But I still want Semenyo in my team next season. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. Guys, let's get into the ratings, people, yeah, because we need to drop the ratings. We need to get the ratings. So let's bring up the team and all of them things there. Right. Okay. So Raya in goal. Didn't have much to do yesterday, let's be honest. What do we do when a player doesn't have much to do in goal? Do we give them a high rating, or do we just keep it moving and just an average rating? Let's just give him a 7, innit? He didn't have much to do. He didn't have many saves to make. I can't think of a save he had to make, actually. Really. That was crazy. I can't think of a mad save, so I'm going to give him a 7. Guys, rate along with me, yeah? Put your numbers in the chat as well so I can see it as well, and bring them up as well. Big up to Wahaha in the building. Big up to Slim Handle as well. I'm going to get through the comments as well, people. Yeah, don't think I'm ignoring you. Yeah, I never ignore the comments unless you're talking breezy. So yeah, AFC always says if Eddie Howe spent 1 billion, Arsenal either won 2 league titles, gets tunes out of his players, proper manager. Hey, I'm gonna have to agree with that, you know, brother. I'm going to have to agree with that. But big up to my boy Geordie Dread TV. Make sure you go and subscribe to Geordie Dread TV as well. Yeah, that's my boy, you know. And look at his link in the channel as well. Yeah. Big up to Geordie Dread as well. I just don't rate Trossard at all. Both him and Nelly just you just got 2 backups that it's like one starting, you know what I mean? Trossard starting, man. I'm telling you, he's dry, bro. Liverpool are so gettable. Some love in the channel. So 7 is a standard rating, or 6.5 if you work with decimals. Yeah, I'll put the decimals in, you know. Some people don't like the decimals, but I do the decimals, yeah. You can get a 0.1 if you're like that, you know what I mean? Rare 7. Okay, moving on to Timber, right? So Timber, he's just cold. Yeah, Timber is one of the coldest right backs, if not the coldest right back in the Premier League. Yeah, and he just makes the game look effortless. Yesterday, he was just cold yesterday, man. I'm gonna give him an 8. Didn't really have too much to do, but you know, did have that speedy guy, Diouf, which he kind of dealt with, like, you know, just, you know, like there's a fly just swatted him, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna give him a 8. Saliba, when called on, done his thing. I felt the game yesterday, there wasn't much skill in the game. I felt the ball was being kicked into the air. It was, remember guys, yeah, it was quite blustery. Storm Amy just, you know what I mean, just knocked on the door with the Stellas and was just like, you know what I mean, just angry, you know what I mean, just angry with us. So Storm Amy, you know what I mean, ball was swirling all over the place, going out, do you know what I mean? I just felt it's just one of them mad, weird type of games. So I'm going to give Saliba, I'm going to give him a 7. Yeah, I don't think he had much to do. Simple, standard thing. Boy Dear says I'm sold on Timber, best right back in the world right now. Let's calm down. Let's calm down with that talk now. Yeah, let's just calm down with that talk. Let's calm down with that talk. I hear what you're saying, but let's keep it to ourselves. Let's keep it to ourselves. Gabriel, there was a couple of times he annoyed me yesterday. He done some stupidness, and I thought, is the bozo gene? Is it resurfacing? Has he got a flu or something where, you know, the bozo gene is just... He done a couple of things that kind of irritated me yesterday. But overall, you know what I mean, he was okay in the game. The passing, some of the passing I thought was a little bit... I don't think the passing was... Some of the passing from the defense was great. But I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Calafiori. Calafiori, congested. It was congested there. Didn't really... I don't really think he... What did Calafiori really do? Did he put in a few crosses? I don't know. Calafiori didn't have like... I don't think he had his greatest game yesterday. But, you know, he kept Bowen quiet, I think. He did keep Bowen quiet. And do you know what? That's quite a good thing to do. I'll give him a 7 as well. So I'll give the back 4 a 7. Moving on to Odegaard. Really, you know, he got kind of like got kicked a few times, and literally that was the game over for him. So he's going to get 5. Didn't really have much impact in the game, in my opinion. Rice, I thought Rice was really good yesterday. I love when players that come from another team just always play well against that team. Do you know what I'm saying? He got the goal yesterday. Nice finish. And you know, he was relentless, bro, in that midfield. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was trying to drive with the ball, trying to find Eze in midfield, trying to do 1-2s in that midfield, and just he was just industrious yesterday. Ball winning. No, I thought he was good yesterday, so I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Eze, I don't know about Eze, man. I don't think Eze had his best game yesterday. You know, he missed that chance. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just didn't think Eze was great yesterday. I don't think he had his greatest game, so I'm going to give him a 6. Saka, I don't think he was good at all. I really don't think he was. He had a shot in the first half. He got past Diop a couple of times, put in a couple of crosses, faded in the second half. Wasn't really that great. I'll be honest with you. Too predictable yesterday. Too predictable. Weren't feeling him yesterday, so I'm going to give him a 5. Trossard, another one, weren't great yesterday. There's not really that much cohesion between him and Calafiori, I don't think. Trossard was trying to, you know, vacate other positions as well. You know, he just went looking for the ball. The thing about Trossard as well, yeah, that I don't think a lot of people see, yeah, that his passing, yeah, it can be very good, but also on a bad day, it is terrible. His passing can be really bad. He was just making some really bad decisions with his passing, you know, throughout the game. And I felt he was poor yesterday, so he's going to get a 5. Gyökeres yesterday. There's something about Gyökeres, man, and this attack in a hole that I just can't get my head around. It's the wingers. Because we don't play with natural wingers, and I don't need this screen no more because we're going to talk about Gyökeres. Because we don't play with natural wingers, yeah, they're quite selfish. They're quite selfish players, and they're always looking to try and score, especially Saka. Saka's the one that's going to try and cut in and try and score. But also as well, that I don't think they're over intelligent either, because Kilman and Mavropanos were just eating up the football yesterday. High balls into the air. Gyökeres is nowhere. He's not winning headers against these type of men. Yeah. So you have to try something different. And I just don't think that these two guys, Saka and Trossard, are really good when it comes to low block situation. And this is what we're going to have to play against most of the season, against teams that are going to just sit back, break, you know what I mean? And it's going to frustrate all of us. So we're going to have to get used to it. And there's going to be games that we're not going to be able to break down a low block. So what's the alternative? Gyökeres, disappointing yesterday for me. I felt he worked hard. I'm not going to go in on too much of Gyökeres because I know that guy wants to score a goal. You know, there's one thing about Gyökeres that I've clocked here. When he's grappling with like a player in the 6-yard box, he always seems to like end up, the opposite way to the goal. So his body always seems to be facing our goalkeeper rather than facing the goal. Now, maybe if you're facing a goal when you fall, maybe you might get a little ricochet off the ball or something. But he always seems to be facing that way, the same way as our goalkeeper. I don't know what it is. It must be the way he falls or whatever. But that's what I've seen that in a few games now. It's almost like he falls the other way rather than falling towards the goal. Maybe if you fall towards the goal and your legs are there, you might be able to like kick the ball or something into the net. I don't know. But that's what it seemed like to me. But once again, he's not scored. That's 3 in 7, I believe. It's 3 goals in 7. Sesko is on the same amount of non-penalty goals. The comparison is going to be coming out, guys. Yeah, there's going to be comparisons. I don't think he had his best game. As I said, he worked hard. But Emil Heskey used to work hard. Danny Welbeck used to work hard. We need a striker that's going to score, but we also need our players to find our striker. And there's no excuse. There was a ball that was laid off to him in the box, and he should have finished that. Am I being harsh? I don't think I am. Look at that. Look at that. That's a real striker there, yeah? That's a real striker. That's a real striker, yeah? Long day for Brentford, by the way, and I don't even want to know. I don't even want to watch that match. Long day. That's why everyone's dropped off. Every Arsenal fan don't want to watch me. They want to watch Man. They want to watch Man City and Brentford. Yeah, they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to join my stream. They want to watch them man play. Bun them, man. Yeah, they're gonna win their game. And as my boy Onome said, it might be between Arsenal and Man United and Man City this season. I don't feel our defenders had that much to do yesterday. They really get a standard 7. Gabby just got bored, didn't have much to do. Disappointed he didn't get to see Eza and Odegaard for 60 minutes. Trossard is so awkward when starting. It's like you can see the pitch properly, or I can't see the picture properly or something. Yeah, he's a strange brother. My thing with Yok is that even when he did get the ball to feet, his touch was awfully slow and just not sharp yet. How much sharpness, how much training, how much sharpness does this guy need? I think he also needs to shed some pounds as well. Yeah, that's what I think he needs to happen. Bun Man City, but listen, you see Man City now, they'll be 3 points behind us if they win today. And now they are clicking. They are clicking now. So the league better watch out, because these guys, once they get on a run, yeah, Yok's going to score 2 goals against Fulham. I'm sure, if nothing else, he will score his goals in bunches. Well, we're yet to see that yet, my bro. We're yet to see that. We need to see. I think Fulham will be a harder game than West Ham. I think Fulham won't play the low block against us. They will come to attack. So maybe not. But Fulham also got. I think their defense is decent, but yeah, do you know what they do? They can concede as well. But going to Fulham, going to Craven Cottage, it's not an easy place to go. The attack isn't really clicking like that for Gyökeres. Is thriving, but I do think he should have done better when Rice squared the ball to him. Was it Rice that squared it to him? Yeah, I thought it was Trossard. My bad. So yeah, finishing on Gyökeres, I'm going to give him a. I thought it not that great, so I'm going to give him a 5. Yesterday, yeah, I'll give him a 5. So that's my ratings for the team. Let's talk about Odegaard's injury. Let me see if there's any news on Odegaard's injury. So I'm going to say how I saw it yesterday. So Odegaard's gone in for a tackle on Diouf, but his left leg is literally, and that's his favorite side, isn't it? Well, that's his best side, isn't it? He's gone in for a tackle, but his leg is straight. And you know them African men, yeah, they got some metal legs, you know. So that would have hurt. That would have hurt. And apparently he's messed up his knee. It's not looking good for Odegaard right now because he's in a brace apparently. Let's see what are the actual official. 3 games he's come off injured at Emirates apparently. Let's see what, you know, because they've come out pretty quick. The medical update has, yeah, they never usually tell us much, yeah, but medical update on Martin Odegaard. He's been withdrawn from the Norway national team for the upcoming matches against Israel and New Zealand after sustaining a medial collateral ligament injury to his left knee. What is that? Let's see what that actually is. Yeah. So AI overview. So let me see what it says here. This is the Bupa official site. So a medial collateral ligament is an injury when you damage one of the ligaments inside your knee. The MCL lies on the inner side of your knee joint and connects your thigh bone, femur to your shin bone, tibia. An MCL injury can be a partial or complete tear, a stretched ligament or detachment of the ligament from your bone. So that's an ACL. So he's got an MCL, yeah? So medial collateral ligament. We all know what this one is, isn't it? The ACL, yeah? That's the more damaging one. What does it say? Along with other ligaments in your knee, your MCL keeps your knee stable. Your MCL and your lateral collateral ligament controls sideways movement of your knee. When the knee ligament is stretched but still intact, this is called an MCL sprain. Sprains are given different grades depending on how severe they are. An MCL injury is a common knee ligament injury and often happens during sports such as rugby and skiing. It's common to injure one of your cruciate ligaments, your meniscus, at the same time as your MCL. Does it say how long? If you've injured your MCL, you probably have some pain on the inside of your knee. This area may be tender to touch too. Depending on how severe your injury is, your knee may feel unstable and like it may give way. If your injury isn't too severe, you'll probably still be able to walk on it. You may have some, well, he's in a brace right now. You may have some swelling, but you don't always get this with an MCL injury. And you may get some bruising. It can take 1 to 3 days after your injury for this to appear. I wonder how many games. Okay, so let's go back to what. So if he's in a leg brace, there must be some type of swelling then. I'm assuming then. I know this is all boring stuff, but it's all interesting and it's all educated. Martin will continue to be assessed and treated by a medical team at Sober Realty Training Centre during the international window with the aim of a return to action as soon as possible. So I'm guessing, because there's not much information on here, if it's affecting sideways movements, what are we looking at? 2 to 4 weeks? Maybe a month out or something like that, because surely, right, he's going to have to do physio as well. I would have thought maybe 6 weeks. I'm not a doctor by any means, yeah, I'm not, but if it's really bad, because if he's in a knee brace, that doesn't sound like it's good, because that means that he needs support to walk. So I don't know. Yeah, he's going to be out for a few weeks. I can see he's going to be out for a few weeks. But then again, when he's out for a few weeks, he's going to have to train. He's not going to start straight away. So already, Eze's got a lot of pressure on him because we've got big games coming up. I just don't think Eze and Marino is enough. So we're going to have to introduce Ethan. We need Ethan playing. We need Ethan involved, because you know this can very much go left for us. 3 games he came off injured at Emirates. He might be out for another 3 games. Who knows? Who knows? And then when he comes back, we're gonna have to watch him again, because we don't know. You know what I mean? The next injury, where the next injury is coming from. You know, he's just been getting a lot of injuries recently. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. The amount of injuries Odegaard's picked up over the last year. He had the ankle injury. But one of my problems is, why did we not just take him off? Why haven't we learned from previous just to take the player off? Why did we give him time to run about, come back onto the pitch, do more damage to his knee? Because he's running on adrenaline, isn't he? He's running on adrenaline, and we've just given him, like, literally more time out. More time out. As I said, I'm not a football doctor or anything like that, but I know that if you got like an injury like that, and if you've seen previous players getting injuries, isn't it best to just leave them out the game? Just take them out. Just take them out the game. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. It's simple as that. But anyway, people, yeah, we're gonna go into Arteta's presser, or the presser. Yeah, I'll call it the presser because he's gonna depress me in a minute. Right, I think we're on screen. So let me share this. Add to stage. Shout out to Nems in the building. Hold up your hand if you're 3-point collectors. Hold up your hand. Hold up your hand. There you are, Nems. Good G. Look, he's finally LFC till I die, yeah? But anyway, let's get through the Arteta post presser and then we'll call it a day. So it's his 300th game yesterday, Mikel Arteta. Good win. I think he's posted the most wins of any Arsenal manager. But you know what? He needs to win something as far as I'm concerned. He was asked about his latest milestone, what pleased him most about the win, as well as the latest on injuries. So here's what Mikel had to say. On this afternoon's win, the last 2 games have been very special. Newcastle, because we had the history there, a lot of scars and a lot of learnings to take. We put that right. Then we had West Ham losing 2 games at home in the previous 2 seasons. I told them it was a big opportunity. We've had difficult fixtures since the start of the season and some very bad injuries as well, not helping. Still, the team is performing, playing well, winning today with absolute dominance without conceding a goal. So good to get to the international break in this spirit. Yeah, I agree with that. 5 wins in 7. That's pretty impressive. You know what? Yeah, if you think about the 2 games that we dropped points in, it is what it is. I think we dropped 5 points in those games, which is not great, but we're top of the table. On Odegaard, bad luck with injuries this season. We haven't had him since the start of the season for one reason or the other. The shoulder twice, and oh yeah, the shoulder as well. And then his injury, so we have to wait and see the extent of that injury. We'll find solutions, but obviously our captain is a player who gives us a completely different dimension with the things that he can do, especially in attack. Let's wait and hopefully it's not that bad. On Calafiori's role within the team, a lot of dynamism, sometimes a bit chaotic, but I think his dynamism and the spaces and the situations that he can create are very difficult to control for the opponent, especially against a team that is very well organised. You have to disrupt their organisation in order to create chances, and I think we've done that really well. On why Rice came off, we never spoke about Rice. He's not all right because he asked me to come off, so that's a shame. He had a pain in his back. Yeah, we saw that. And he could not carry on, which is something very unusual for Declan. So we'll have to assess him and see how it is. Back pain isn't a joke, bro. Oh no, Rodri came off injured. Oh, Brentford might have a chance now. That's not good for Brentford, for Man City, you know, Rodri's injuries. Maybe it's something to do with the muscles. Maybe the muscles are not. Maybe it's a muscle injury or something like that. But he doesn't seem like It doesn't seem like he's the same player right now. But Declan Rice's back injury, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing he don't play over the week and just rest his back. Back injuries are. I've had a lot of back injuries, and back injuries are weird because you can't lie too much down on your back, but you have to stretch and you have to walk. You can't walk too much either. So if it's lower back, he's going to have to do a lot of stretches. There might be a bit of inflammation. So, you know, maybe a little bit of like, maybe a bit of hot and cold ice treatment and all of that. Big up to Caps in the building, man. Yeah, I mean, we're waffling, bro, but you know what? I waffle with truth. You know what I'm saying? A big up to Caps in the building, my guy. Where was you, brother? Where was you? Always late to the team, but always supporting, and big up to Caps in the building as always. So yeah, Rice and Odegaard. I think Rice is the bigger miss here, you know. If we play Fulham next week, then it's going to be Marino, Eze, and Zubamendi. Or I don't think he's going to play. I don't think he's going to play Ethan and Eze together. Even though I would love that. I would love that. But there's no kind of defensive. Well, it's Zubamendi, but against Fulham, I don't know. But hopefully Rice is back for that game. On the quality off the bench, that's what we want, but it's not ideal because we had real clear intentions with the lineup. What we wanted to do, and that lasted very few minutes because of the injury to Martin. But the good thing is we can bring on somebody else and be a little bit different, but it's still very, very efficient. This is what I'm saying, people. Yeah, this best squad in the league nonsense. Yeah, it's just I don't want to keep hearing it because all of a sudden now, yeah, a couple of injuries and like that best squad ain't looking like the best squad, bro. I'm telling you, it's looking like a depleted squad. And people need to understand, yeah, that if you have 2 injuries in the same position, what then? I'm not saying that we have, but if you have a squad and 2 injuries in the same position, then that's a problem as far as I'm concerned. You know, if Gyökeres goes down injured, you've got Marino. Marino doesn't fill my boots with confidence. You know, having to go through a period of games playing up top on himself, he's a different type of threat in it. Yeah, he's a good finisher, but he's not someone that I don't know. I really want to see, you know, starting games as a centre forward. Havertz is still yet to come back. and who's the other name? BBK named him earlier. I can't remember who the other player was. How pleased he was with Zubamendi's performance. Yeah, Zubamendi came on, and I thought he was actually quite excellent to see out the game. Me and Caps he was doing a watch along yesterday, man. And I don't know how Caps felt, but I wasn't really impressed. But I've gave my rating anyway. On how pleased, especially the way they acted and the way they were matching our midfield in the spaces that we could create. Zubi, I think it was better. They didn't have any intention to play or combine in the first place as well. So that was great. A lot of direct play, second balls, yeah. We wanted to create to make sure that we could control that, to dominate the game in the area that we wanted, and that was the reason why. On a new midfield trio today, we need more and more chemistry, and we needed a longer period, because the first part, until they start to live it and find the solutions and the tools that are going to allow them to flourish, but it never happened because it was too early with Martin's injury. You're going to always have to rotate that midfield though, my brother. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. On winning his 300th game in charge, very proud. It's a big number for this football club. I want to thank everybody, especially my coaching staff, who have been with me since day one. Without them, it's impossible, first of all, to do the job, and secondly, to enjoy it. So I know that I have the best people in the world around me. Also the players and the staff that have been with me since day one, helping me to be a better coach, to learn with them, to inspire me, and to enjoy the good moments as well. Want to celebrate with a win. I've got it now. We have an international break. What about the fans, my brother? What about the fans that have supported you as well? Have you forgotten about them as well? Have you forgotten about us fans as well? Yeah. When you look at those numbers, on Saka reaching 100 Premier League goals, involvements, when you look at those numbers, 200 games, 100 goal involvements, it's unbelievable. His age and what he's doing in the manner that he's doing it as well, really impressive. That's the kind of player that we need to achieve what we want. I'm making a statement. We know how difficult those games are going to be, blah, 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 blah. Can't bother to read all that. On the importance of rotation in the squad. Critical. We're playing every 3 days, and with the intensity that we play and the requirements of the opposition, it's impossible to maintain the same players. So the ones that are coming, they have to lift the levels, the intensity, and help us to win the game. We talked about many times, and this period especially, I think it's been really positive. So that's Mikel's presser. Yeah. What more is there to say? It's one of them ones, isn't it, peeps? Where's my screen thing? You know, so we just got to keep winning our games, guys. It's going to be international break coming up, so plenty of boring, probably. Well, going to try and do the daily waffles if we can, every week, or every day if I can. I've got a stream hopefully coming up tomorrow with a new kid on the block. Man like Mark from Man United, MUFC. That should be an interesting one, yeah. 9 p.m. tomorrow, people. Make sure that you, man, stay locked in as well. I don't know what's happening tonight. I don't know. Hey, I don't even know what's happening tonight. I don't know what's happening tonight, but I might be on a panel show tonight. I'm not too sure. I didn't see my face in the lineup, so I don't know what's going on, but I might be on the catch up tonight. I don't know. We will see. It's supposed to be 7 o'clock tonight, but I couldn't see my face on the lineup, so I don't know what's going on with these men. I don't know what's going on, but oh, my face is there now. So yeah, catch me on the catch up, people, at 7 p.m. tonight. I'll be on the catch up as well, so make sure you catch me there. Big panel show tonight, people. Oh man, there's some killers on there, man, so it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, 7 p.m. people. I'll put the link in the post as well. But yeah, people, big up to everyone that's joined today. My brother, as always, Caps in the building, BBK Sports, Godfrey, DWTT, Twisted for Fate. Big up to all you, man, and make sure you guys slap up the like, leave a comment. Big up to Geordie Dread TV as well, Boy 10, Nems, and everyone as always, man. Cap says it will be his Arsenal. This guy, yeah, I'm gonna blank you, my brother. I still say Liverpool gonna win the league, but I'm gonna keep blanking you, my brother. It will be Rice, Zubi, Eze, Midfield, yeah, I'm feeling that. Is Slot job on the line? Oh, is Slot's job on the line? I see it there. Anyway, people, yeah, listen, have a good evening, and catch me on the catch up at 7 p.m. today. If you don't know the catch up, let me just, I'll share the link. So make sure you pick. This is going to be fire tonight. Yeah, this is going to be a fire show tonight. I'll post it as well on here. It's called the Domestics as well. Yeah, I think Nems already knows about the thing already. Caps, make sure you come and join me here, my brother. Yeah, you wanted to see me on more panel shows. Yeah, make sure you come and join me tonight, my brother. Yeah, repping. And you know what, Domestics, it goes down. I'm telling you, people. But anyway, guys, yeah, catch me later today in a couple of hours. Make sure you yam your Sunday dinner and all them thing there. And I'm gonna send you the link now, my brother. So I'll send it to your WhatsApp now, so you're ready for 7. Yeah, 7 p.m. sharp. None of this black man time. Yeah, 7 p.m. sharp, my brother. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna send it to you. I'll send you the link now. Big up to Godfrey as well, yeah, my brother as well. Make sure you're there at 7. Anyway, we out, people. Big up to my peoples then. Peace.